Hi guys, this is Pestillion and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. So patch 10.5/.6 is here, and in this video I'm going to cover all the major points that I've learnt and my first impressions from leveling from 1 to 40 and everything that I experienced through all the changes of this new patch. So without further ado, let's crack straight into it. So first up, we had our first look at the flea market. Now initially I wasn't even going to touch this until I got to 40, but then I actually figured out a few things about it and how actually easy it is to use. So effectively you just go up to the top left corner, you type in what you want to find, and then you can just literally purchase it. There are a lot of people trying to take advantage of this with putting in dollars instead of rubles, and I think I might have thrown a few $1,000s away that way, but I didn't care because I was just trying to get the task items to 40. Prices will suddenly start dropping once items come more accessible, but then other items will actually come in high demand. Overall though, the actual system of the whole flea market, I think is really, really awesome. It's got potential to make items very accessible to some people that play solo and just want to grab a few items that they need to find. Like, say, for example, a key that's really hard to find. Instead of having to farm it for days and days on end, it might be up there for like $500,000 or $1 million, and you just, bam, you've got it. And it's much easier to farm that $500,000 than the key. So there will be people that don't want to use the flea market at all, and I totally understand that. But for the people that are just wanting to get the 40, the flea market will be there as a very good tool to get to 40. As well, on the other side of things, if you need to make an extra bit of cash, there is plenty of items out there that people will need. So if you find a key that you don't really need anymore, or an item that you don't really want, or there's not really any use to you, you could actually chuck these up for sale and make a lot of money that way. And then you won't need to require, farming that same room or cash register or whatever over and over again to make that cash. Now, I will make another video purely based off the flea market and everything I know about it, but I want to actually really learn the ins and out of it more before I make that video, so I can give you a proper video on it. So next up, we've got the MP7. Now, the MP7 is purchasable from Mechanic 1 for 1 Bitcoin, and it will come with your silencer attached already. However, you want to buy it just normally, it's $530 from Peacekeeper level 3. Now, in the recent patch, the changes to Peacekeeper are you need reputation to level up Peacekeeper. And until you've finished got to the chemical storyline of Skier, done Friend from the West Part 1, and then Part 2, you'll start the Peacekeeper storyline, and then you'll start getting reputation. So it'll actually take you between 4 and about 8 quests to be able to purchase the MP7, depending on if you've got the Edge of Darkness reputation bonus bit, or if you've just got a standard account. So this actually will take a while to get to level 3 Peacekeeper, which also kind of bottleneck the mechanic storyline with the gunsmiths, because you couldn't buy an MP5 SD to get the gunsmith. So there might need to be some tweaks here, or maybe make a single or couple of quests earlier available to Peacekeeper. I don't know how exactly it would work, but you'll be able to have access to level 4 Peacekeeper. You'll be level 30 before you can even get most of the reputation quest done for Peacekeeper. That's how it's going to turn out, which means you'll go Peacekeeper 1, Peacekeeper 2 if you've got the Edge of Darkness, and then you won't be able to touch it until you can already get level 3 and 4 from your levels. So it is what it is. There will have to be some adjustments, I'd imagine, but it will work out in the end. The magazines also come in 20, 30, and 40 rounds. You can buy the 30 rounds from Mechanic 3 and the 40 rounds from Mechanic 4, as well as you can get the silencer at Mechanic 4 as well. The MP7 is a really fun gun to use. It does shred. I think it's going to be only really valid later on in the game with the AP ammo, which is also from Mechanic level 4. So it's one of those things that early on, it'll be a lot of fun now. It'll probably die off a little bit like the Glock 18C did. But now that there's armor-piercing rounds, once you get to level 40, it'll be a lot better to use. Next, we've got the Mosin. The new Mosin quest line, I have started on about 3 quests in. To unlock all the new Mosin mods, I have to complete all the storyline, and it requires a fair bit of stuff. So I'm actually going to be working on that in my next stream, and I'm going to try and get that all done then, so I can actually make another video on all the Mosin attachments, all the Mosin quests, and everything you need to know about the Mosin. So personally, I'm not very good with the Mosin. If anyone watched me yesterday, I was atrocious. But there's a lot of new mods for it, and they come unlocked as you complete them. You get to do the Gunsmith storyline around Gunsmith 3 or 4. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, that's definitely on the things you need to do. I kind of think it would be better if maybe this was available earlier, but I don't know. Maybe we do need more stuff to do later on with different guns. They could actually do this with a lot of attachments for different guns, and have different storylines going off in every direction, which would be kind of cool. So I definitely like what they're doing with the quest though. Having it so, like, for example, one of the quests is you got to shoot people in the leg with a Mosin from further than 80 meters away. Like, it's just something different. It's a challenge, and I like that kind of stuff. Next, we've got the AI improvements. Now, the AI is pretty brutal, but I think there might be a little bit of complacency that everyone had armor before the wipe, and now they don't have as good armor, so you're getting wrecked a lot more. The blunt damage is also noticeable, and the fracture chance has gone up. I've had like 200-something fractures between 1 and 40. But there was a patch after I went to bed that said that it's been reduced, so I'll have to wait and see about that. But overall, the AI are smarter. They're peaking. I haven't seen them peak like this before, and they charge you. I've had scavs just charging at me when I've like taken a burst at them. Next minute they're running and sprinting at you. They're acting a lot more random, which is kind of cool. They, however, are still doing that thing where you take a shot at them and then they like flash Gordon like boom out of the fucking way. So it's kind of like, you know, that was meant to be fixed. So I hope that gets fixed actually. Now, some of the issues that did happen throughout, and I'm fairly confident they've been mostly resolved. A lot of people having issues getting into the game, even just Tarkov itself. Getting into groups, it took me about 2 hours to get into the groups at the start. I was going to do some raids with my mods at the start. It was just easier for me to do it alone, and I think that only just got fixed now. As well as there was a lot of issues with people leaving raids and then having to Alt F4 to get out, and then come back in, and it was just, yeah, teething issues. All the last major patches and wipes, there has been none of these issues. So, unfortunately, this one did have it. BSG are pretty on the ball when it comes to fixing that stuff quite quickly. However, some of the issues are still there. Hopefully, this will get fixed up soon. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Usually, BSG have actually been pretty good with their patches. When they've put them out, they've been smooth for a very long time. So, I'm still happy with the patch. I know there's been a lot of people out there having a lot of issues with it. We've also had our first integration of the med healing system. Now, a lot of people are on the fence about if they like it or not. I'm pretty sure I do like it. The issue I have with the med system is I don't like the idea that I take out a med kit, I unzip it, I heal, put the med kit away, and then I have to bring it back out again and unzip it. I kind of wish the animation was more, you take out the med kit, you unzip it, and you just keep using it, bandaging. So you'll go to the arm, then you're going to heal your leg, and it just keeps going until you finish healing all the parts of your body, and then you put it away. And then you can just click to stop the animation at any time, and you'll just stop healing at that point. I think it would just make it better than having to hear that zip noise like 7 times. Like when I get like 5 like damaged body parts, I just have to heal like 7 times, where it's like and it just shits me after a while. I'm just like, I'll just stay damaged. It's like how I feel. So it'd be kind of cooler if it was just one whole motion. I'm not sure how that would work with the AI2. You just jab the needle in and just sit it there. I don't know. But that's probably the most annoying part about it. I actually do like the way it slowed down combat, and it's actually made it harder for me to get out of the muscle memory of just going, oh, I got shot at, painkiller, and next thing I'm like popping a painkiller. A very valid note that a lot of people made was, why do you take one of the painkillers and then throw the rest of the packet away? It kind of should be along the lines of, a painkiller should maybe be like 6 uses now. Maybe reduce the time from like, say, 4 minutes down to 3, and then you could actually pop out individual pills from the painkiller. We all take in 4 or 5 painkillers a raid anyway, so maybe just have it so we could actually have multiple painkillers in the one, and then that way you're just popping out different pills. Just an idea, chucking out there. Now, probably one of the biggest things that helped me to level 40 in 29 hours was the fact that they've upped the XP per quest. Now, this is actually quite substantial later on. I still haven't finished all the quests that I would normally do between 1 and 40, and I'm at level 40. So, the quest lines have now been increased. The XP's now been increased by around 50% on some of the later quests, maybe even more. I don't know the exact numbers. I haven't looked into it yet, but this is probably going to be the easiest time ever to get level 40 if you just get your quest done. Now, with the flea market on top of that, you'll actually be able to get your quest done even faster. So if you need a quest on, you can just check it out in the flea market, purchase it, get it, hand it in. No more of that, hey mate, do you have this item? Can I get it off you? Can we trade it? Done and dusted. You can literally just go, oh, I need one more corrugated hose, buy. Like, it's that straightforward. This will actually give you guys also the option that if you're in a raid and you see some items, you can chuck them up on the flea market and you'll get money for it. Like, it no longer is an item just sold to therapist or skier, and items that probably didn't have much value previously are actually a lot more valuable now. Just touching up on the final point, there have been a lot of streamer items introduced into the game. I don't have one myself. It doesn't faze me at all. But the question I got a lot was, are these items needed for any quest? And unless for some reason the Mosin quest needs one of these streamer items, there's been no quest added to the game that require the streamer items. So guys, don't stress about that. If you want to sell them, cool. I'd probably just vendor them or try and sell them on the flea market for someone who's a fanboy of someone. But yeah, there's no requirement to use those streamer items for a quest. So at the moment, if you want to collect them, go for it, but you can just effectively sell them. So guys, that's it for this video. I probably have a lot more things I could touch on, but there's still a lot of teething issues with the game, and I want to still look into more things before I comment too far on the stuff. But overall, the patch has been quite successful, minus the issues with joining groups and people not being able to join servers and that. Unfortunately, that has mostly hit a certain portion of the world. I think it's mostly Europe, but overall, the game is going quite well for everyone who can play it. So hopefully the issues can get fixed, everyone can enjoy it, and yeah, have some fun. So guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for future content. I stream on Twitch 6 days a week. Go down to my link below. Give me a follow over there. I now do stream full time, as I left my firefighter job on Monday last week. So if you want to help support this channel, go down to my Patreon link or my merchandise link. Purchase any, sign up to my Patreon or purchase any items. It does go to help me support my life now. So, and yeah, finally guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, diddly diddly, there they are, standing in a row, boom, boom, boom. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. That's all we know, actually, because we all grew up to the Lion King, and no one ever learned after that. Shit.